Alright guys, so we're back with another one. Now in this video what I'm going to do is share with you guys a few plays of interest to me. So hopefully that should act as a bit of a starting point for some of you, give you some guidance on how to navigate these markets. Now before I do, check this out. Ticker symbol MTTR, we got Matterport. This is a metaverse play. You guys know I'm big into the metaverse, alright? Big potential behind it. I'm long the metaverse. However, when it's time to go short on these types of names, I'm going to be the first to do so. And that's exactly what we did over at our Discord, all right? We entered put options on this a couple of days back. Now check out the two big red candles we've just seen over the last 2 days as we've seen this come down. That meant our put options that we entered over the last couple of days were up heavy, okay? So I took home personally over 100%, so did many of the other team members over at our Discord. So make sure you guys are joining our Discord, link in the description below. It's the second of the month right now, so that means it's the second best opportunity for you guys to be tapping in, and we'll see you guys over there. Now let's get going. Check this out. Ticker symbol SNOW. We got Snowflake. This is a cloud computing play. Got sophisticated software. Their customers love it. I know that because they just came out with their earnings and it was a crush from the team over there, right? This is a fast growing business. I'm talking growing at 100% year on year, and they're just doing that consistently, giving phenomenal guidance for the next quarter, next year rather. So what that is telling us is they have got a product that is in very high demand from customers, and that momentum isn't slowing down, right? So we should be expecting some great things from this company. Now, I'm gonna let you guys know how I'm looking to make money off this one, okay? So Snowflake is a company I wasn't previously invested into, don't have any options on this. However, I've approached this from a trade perspective, right? So I've bought some stock and I'm expecting this one to climb, and I'm expecting there to be a lot of upside from this current level, even though we've seen it move up 15-16% in today's session, right? So check out the charts. We've got this cup and handle formation, all right? I'm gonna draw out for you guys. This is the cup, this is the cup, this is the handle. When you see that, that is a bullish, that's a bullish setup. So it could be an indication of good things to come over the next couple of sessions, over the next couple of weeks and months for the play. So we know from a fundamental perspective, this is a strong stock. We know the sentiment is high, and we know that if you look at the trend, guys, look at the trend we've seen in this over the last couple of months, right? This is a strong upwards trend, right? Very technical play we're dealing with right now, and those are phenomenal plays to make a lot of money on. Now, look at the candles over the last couple of days. I'm gonna highlight for you guys. Look at the candles we've seen over the last couple of days, all over the place, all right? All over the shop. That's because we know the market has been the wild, wild west over the last couple of sessions, and this is one that's just been wrapped up in the volatility. However, now they've delivered a strong set of earnings to the market, and I do believe they get back on track to continue climbing up to that 400 mark and above. I actually think they're going to take over all-time high territory this side of the year. So that's good upside even from these levels, even though we've seen the stock climbing up on today's session. So what I've done is I've entered this from a trade perspective. They do have good long-term potential, that's for sure. This company's growing at 100% year on year, and I'm expecting that momentum to continue forward next year and the year after. However, as it currently stands, this is a trade position, so I'm looking to be in and out at certain price levels, okay? So let's talk about it. Now, I've got a stop loss on this. In fact, before I get onto that, also check this out. This blue line that you guys can see, hopefully you can see that, that is this 50-day moving average, okay? Now, that is a bullish setup if we see this thing above its 50-day moving average. In the last session, when we saw this tank with the rest of the market, it dropped below the 50-day. Good set of earnings were delivered. Now we've seen it above its 50-day moving average. So this means that it's game on to continue that momentum. Now let's talk about the levels. I've set a stop loss on this at $335 because I believe if we see it below $335, what it might have done is then damaged this bullish setup, all right? It might have just destroyed the bullish setup that we're currently seeing right now, and it might be exposed to further downside. So if it was to drop down below 335, I would be out. I would have taken a very minor hit, and I could just keep it moving on to the next winning play. However, I do see a lot of further a lot of upside for this and a lot of potential to make good returns off the back of this one. This is a very strong stock moving to the end of the year, especially if markets calm down and we get some more positive movement in the general market and less volatility. I believe this is a play that is going to continue outperforming. So it's an opportunity that I didn't want to miss out on. So this is an opportunity that I personally wanted to participate in. Now, go back to this cup and handle formation that I was telling you guys about, right? So my expectation is we could potentially see a red day tomorrow or potentially a red day on Monday. As long as it's above 335, I'm gonna add to that trade position in anticipation of a move upwards, right? So I believe from the level it's currently at, it's then gonna continue moving forward through its trend. And then I do believe we're gonna get to 52-week high levels, which clocked in somewhere in a region of 405, somewhere in the region of 405. And then I think we might see a little bit of resistance at that type of level. I think it's going to break that mark and move to 410 or 415. However, once we get to about 405, that's my first profit taking checkpoint. I'm going to take some cash out of the play, probably half my position, leave the other half in. Let's talk about some of these other plays. Ticker symbol AMD, got Advanced Micro. Now this is one I have a solid stock position within. Not running any options on this one right now, okay? But however, check out the trend. We're right at trend support. So again, this is one that I added to my position today in anticipation of a bounce. And if we don't bounce and we break the trend, that's all good. I'm going to continue to add to my long-term position in the play because they got a lot of potential. Okay, this is a semiconductor play. We know they service some fast-moving end markets, the vehicle space, the data centers, the consoles, the PCs, and they're just going to continue to grow, bring in AMD along with it. Okay, so this is one added to my position here. I'm expecting some upside from these levels. As a matter of fact, if we get a bounce from this level, I'm expecting this to move to the high 160s, right? That's all market dependent. If we break this level, we could see this one in the high 130s. Either way, this is a long-term success story, but I'm just continuing to build out my position, right? But it's at a kind of technical level right now where it's either gonna bounce or it's gonna break, but strong stock regardless. We know then what's in the pipeline for this company is a mega acquisition. If that does pass this side of the year, do expect a lot of movement, do expect a lot of momentum in AMD, right? But then this is one of my favorite personal long-term plays. I'm expecting this one and some other names within the space like an Nvidia to provide some charge to the portfolio over the next 5-10 years time. And obviously if we're talking about the metaverse, just opens up the doors for this one to itself reach almost $1 trillion in market cap from where it's currently standing a couple of 100 million. Okay, so big potential behind this one added to the play today. All right guys, so that's what I've got for you in this one. On your way out, make sure you guys are hitting that like button for me, drop me down some comments below, and I catch you guys in the next one.